Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I just want to talk a little bit about the Rustler 4x4 and the Arrma Vorteks. Just being these trucks are very similar, as in the aspect of they're both 4x4 like stadium type trucks. These are going to be your two most common that are bought, that people are going to think about buying. So I thought I would just do a quick video. If I'm being completely honest with you guys, the Rustler 4x4 is brand new to my collection. I haven't had it very long. I'm actually thinking about just reselling it. Nothing against the Rustler 4x4, I just don't need it, being I have my Arrma Vorteks and this thing has 4S and stuff on it. I haven't decided on that yet though. And that thing won't go cheap. If we get into talking about it more, I'll show you more of it later, but for now, yeah, just for now, this is what you're going to see. So to start off with bodies, the Arrma Vorteks body is very thick, and the Traxxas body is very cheap and very thin. But however, now what the Rustler body does have going for it is it does have that cage going through that helps the body thickening. Just the sides are very thin and weak. The rest of it's pretty solid, as you can see there. The Arrma Vorteks also does have the skin on top, which helps protect the top of the body, and it does have the wing on the rear, which will help protect the body also. Going from there, the Rustler does use a hatch system, so you don't need to use clips or bring clips around with you. The Arrma uses clips, and it has these very cheap like rubber pieces on there, and mine have broke pretty much all of them. The only two good ones are the front. So that's kind of the problem. They are both 3S out of the box, which is pretty good. They're 110 scale trucks. That's expected for 110 scale trucks. The Arrma Vorteks is running a Arrma system. The Traxxas is, of course, running the Traxxas VXL system. So just to talk about something else here in my experiences, we'll talk about that later. Next, let's talk about the tires. The tires are pretty equally sized when looked at. The Arrmas might be a teensy-weensy bit bigger. The Traxxas Rustler is running 12mm hex, which means it's going to be a lot easier to find tires for. Just about any tires you can find, you can slap on this and use. The Arrma Vorteks is using 14mm hexes, which I'm not a fan of. Just personally, I think it's more of a pain in the ass to find tires for, especially in this size, being 14mm. But now, stock tire aspects, the Traxxas tire is a little bit more softer than the Arrma. I also think the Traxxas rims look nicer than the Arrmas. Just my opinion, though. They both do come with wheelie bars, which I think the Rustler 4x4 is not adjustable, and neither is the Arrma Vorteks. But one thing I have noticed about these two trucks in stock form on 3S, the Rustler 4x4 will be on the wheelie bar a lot more than this one. Just for me personally. Next thing, let's go ahead and take off the bodies and we'll look under the hoods. So here's a chassis look at the Traxxas. Here's a chassis look at the Arrma. Something you will notice about this truck, one similarity they do have, is that your battery goes in on your driver's side and your electronics are on the passenger side. That is for both of these trucks. And of course, now with the bodies off, you look, this one is running body poster clips. This one is running the latch system by Traxxas, of course. That's some of the biggest differences. This truck is also running a Spectrum system, being it is Horizon Hobby, and this truck is running a Traxxas system, being it is Traxxas. So let's talk about the systems, the stock systems. This has got a 4S motor in it. It's not the motor it came with. I put that motor in there myself. So talking about the brushless system, so out of the box, my Arrma Vorteks, after about 3 to 4 runs, my motor went out, took out a front bearing. Now the Traxxas Rustler and the Traxxas system, the 3S system is pretty solid. It's one system I would never worry about really replacing. I've had very good luck with their 3S motors and their 3S ESCs. I know some guys haven't, but that's just my opinion. It's a fact for me that I haven't had many issues with them. Now the only thing that sucks about this Traxxas Rustler that I'm not going to be able to show you is that none of the arms on it are plastic. But you know what I do have, actually? I do have plastic parts for it, so let me grab them quick. So here is your Traxxas Rustler standard A-arm with the steering block and that on it. Here is your Arrmas. If you look, the Arrma's A-arms are pretty thick. I would say they're pretty even to the Traxxas, maybe a tiny bit thicker. The carriers are thicker. The steering blocks are thicker in that sense. So the plastics, you can see the Arrma is a little bit thicker on plastics. The drive shafts are also very thick on the Arrma, and the stock ones on the Rustler are not that thick. As you can see there, that's a stock one. This does have the Traxxas CVDs. The Arrma, I'm trying to think here, also does come with these nice mud guards that keep things out of electronics straight. And then the Rustler does not have those, of course. Another thing I want to talk about is the way these things are mounted and geared, not geared, but the way the motors are mounted. They're pretty similarly mounted, being their rear mount. I guess this would be considered more of a center mount. But this does bolt to a plate, and then you adjust the plate here. This does too. This bolts to like a plate in here. You can pull this all out in one piece. Very easy to do, very simple. Arrma made it that way. But also there is some bad to the system, and the bad to the system is that a lot of sand and dirt gets in there, which is not a good thing. Take out spur gears and pinion gears and things like that with it. However, Traxxas has a pretty solid system over here that does not have that happen very often. I'm trying to think of what else there's to talk about. If we look at the bottoms of the trucks, both the tub chassis styling. See, and I did not notice that, but that is correct. See. So that is what there is to see underneath, guys. As you can see, they're both very nice. Both very nice looking trucks underneath. The Arrma does have the nice Arrma writing on it or something. Yeah, Arrma. And then Arrma. The Traxxas does too, actually. It has Traxxas and then Traxxas on it, which is kind of neat. As you can see, the Vorteks is a little bit wider than the stock Rustler, which is not very big of a deal. The Rustler does handle very well. The Arrma Vortex handles pretty well also. Guys, I think that's all I got for you this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I always try to subscribe back, guys, but sometimes I'm not able to. We're up to 243 subscribers right now, which is absolutely awesome. Thank you guys so much for that. I really appreciate it. Have a good day, guys.